readings for April the 23rd through April the 29th. Is that right? I think it is. It is. So let's talk. Well, first of all, this is a general reading, guys. If you want a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. It's for your sun, moon and rising. I've put links to those videos below. If they're not there immediately, sometimes it takes me a while, but they will be there. Now, what else? Please, first of all, I want to thank you all for liking, sharing and commenting and subscribing. As of now, when I record it, I have 2,999 subscribers. So by the time you watch it, I'm hoping I will have over 3,000. And I am so grateful. I looked at, I track how many subscribers I have, and on December the 24th, Christmas Eve, I had 1,980 something. 986, I think it was, something, or 83. Of course, I've already forgotten, but so I am very grateful that I have 1,000 more in just a few months. So thank you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Now, don't forget to please like my videos, share them on your social media, give me a thumbs up, comment, and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And now let's go to the astrological report first, and then into your readings. So during this week, we have Mars square to Uranus. Now, it doesn't go exact until early May, but we're definitely feeling it, and Mars is energizing the Uranus-Pluto square and all that kind of revolutionary energy. So, you know, eruptions, and it's going to be this week astrologically is challenging. I'm not going to lie, guys. So let's hope that the readings are much better than what's going on astrologically. So from the 27th, I think it is, it's like the last 3 days, Uranus is at the last degrees of Aries. And this, because this tends to bring out the shadow side of the sign, right? The shadow qualities. So for Aries, it's aggression, it's impatience, it's domineering, and impulsivity. So listen, we need to be mindful of how we respond to people. So we need to take a deep breath. We'll have these like impatient, irritative kind of reactions, perhaps, when you're driving or something, but just take a breath before you react. Be aware of this energy so that you can go, oh yeah, okay, I get where that's coming from, right? So be mindful. And then on the 29th at 8:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think it's 1:58 a.m. in the UK, we have the full moon in Scorpio. This is going to be really emotional. It's kind of an emotional moon. This, this moon is at 9 degrees of Scorpio, and it's going to kind of stimulate the total lunar eclipse we had on the 31st of January. So ask yourself what was going on with you then, because that's it's going to stimulate that energy again. Now, the full moon, Scorpio is very it's about suppressed feelings, right? Unspoken feelings and suppressed. And excuse me, with the sun in Taurus, the sun is always opposite the full moon, right? At the full moon. And it's funny, well, Taurus and Scorpio are opposites. Now, Taurus is about, personal security and possessions. And this, with this full moon in Scorpio, with Pluto ruling Scorpio, listen, this could kind of bring us into like a victim mode. You know, it's very easy. I have been feeling this energy big time. It's been very emotional. I can feel it coming up. It's interesting. And also, you know, we've got the whole Chiron vulnerability going on too. So it's a very emotional time for us, but we just have to remember, guys, this too shall pass. Nothing says, the only guarantee in life is change. So let's just move through this time as best as we can. And as peaceful and, you know, balanced as we can. So when we're aware of these energies, then we can kind of maneuver around them, yeah? Okay, well listen, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and let's go to your reading, shall we? Hello Gemini, and welcome to your reading for April the 23rd through April the 29th. And the first card we have for you guys is the Page of Swords. It's really interesting here because the Page of Swords, the pages are messengers, right? So you've got the Page of Swords and he's ready to cut down. He's like, look, he speaks the truth, right? But he's very cutting. So sometimes when you hear this information, it's like, oh, you know, it's like, oh, it's cutting. Let me put it that way. It doesn't feel right. However, this is information. It's the truth. There's some truth in it. So you've got to look at it. So even though you want to reject this information because you are not feeling it, nobody wants to hear it like this, you're being asked to be open to hearing information. Look, it might pop out from anywhere, right? Could be an email, could be something on social media, it could be something that's like, it could even be something that you're kind of looking at and you're like, oh, that's me. And it's a kind of a painful thing. You kind of know it's the truth, but some of you, because this is a general reading, some of you may not be as self-aware and may not be searching and looking at yourself for personal growth. This is definitely an opportunity for personal growth. That's what this is. Now, we have two cards clarifying it. We have the Ace of Earth, right? Which is, you know, a new beginning, right? This is kind of about, sometimes when this comes up, it's like you're starting to see the fruits of your hard labor. Sometimes it's about the seeds have been planted. This is definitely about change. That's what this is. That's what I got, a big change actually for this. So change is coming in. And you've got the Four of Water, which means that you're kind of you're distracted. You know, you're kind of emotionally distracted right now, Gemini. You're being asked to come back into the present moment and to be aware of what's going on around you, because look, this information is going to come in for you, and it could be a really good opportunity, not only for personal growth, but to move on in a different direction, right? And you've got the Ace of Earth, which is the start of something manifesting in your life, but you've got the Four of Water, which means that, you know, you're not kind of focused. You're in a daydream. You're kind of thinking about what you can't have, or thinking about the opportunity that you've missed. And this is about being in the moment and seeing the opportunities that are there before you. Because it's interesting, right? It's so funny when I'm a hypnotist, right? And I hypnotize people, and if I'm doing a general hypnosis where we're just doing self-esteem, I will hypnotize them to notice opportunities. And it's so interesting because it happened to me when I was hypnotized. There was opportunities all around me all day long that I just did not see until I, came into the present moment, until I was hypnotized to kind of see them, to notice them. I didn't notice them. And it's interesting because think about when the color blue was the last blue that humans saw, right? And they used to describe it as red. And then once they saw it, everyone started seeing it. It's interesting when we don't, we have to look for it in order to see it. Okay, so the next card we have is the Page of Wands. Another messenger. And guess what? Clarifying the Page of Wands is the same Page of Fire. Well, this is the Messenger of Fire, which is exactly the same as the Page of Wands. Some opportunities coming in for you, and it's so important. You've got to listen. You've got to focus. Stop thinking about what you can't have. You've got to come back in, because otherwise you're going to miss this. There's a major opportunity coming in for you. I really have this strong fit. Well, of course, you've got the two cards, double indemnity, darling. There's a major opportunity coming in this week, and it's like big. It's big. You've got the next card you've got is celebrating, right? Celebrating and teamwork, and then you've got the Eight of Fire, which is really fast. This stuff is really going to come in fast for you. This is a really passionate, creative opportunity that can be very lucrative for you. So this is saying this is a celebratory card. This is definitely celebrating. You're really going to feel like celebrating because you have this huge opportunity coming in for you. Look for the opportunities. You listen. Wherever this information comes from, you may want to reject it, but don't contemplate it. You don't have to own it if you don't want to. It's fine, but contemplate it. Think about it and say, okay, let me be really honest with myself. What is true in that? Because it may not all be true, but there may be a grain of truth in there, and it's something that you need to kind of contemplate and look at, because there's a gem in there, darling. There's a gem that's going to help you move forward, and you've got new beginnings, right? You've got this seed being planted, and you've got this incredible opportunity coming in for you, but you've got to be present. You can't be in that energy of disappointment that things haven't, because this is kind of, like disappointment that things haven't worked out the way you wanted them to. But at the end of the week, and look, this is fluid. It doesn't have to be the end of the week. Can be the middle of the week. Could be the week after. It's kind of, in the ethereal realm, there is no time. I have a hard time answering a question when somebody says when and how long. I find it really difficult when I know that the ethereal plane has no time, no concept of time. So I have a hard time when people ask me that. I mean, I was trained to look at the cards and to say, but I personally have a difficult time doing that. So that was just a little something I put out there. But this Eight of Fire means things are happening very, very fast. So think on your feet and listen, Gemini, it looks fantastic. It looks all, celebration. The only thing is that information that comes in, just, take it and contemplate it and see what is true, what truth there is in the information. And it could be really helpful information for you. In fact, it will be very helpful information for you. I'm definitely getting that. Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. To inquire about or purchase any of Mary's services, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.